everybody. It's me, Throwback Flyersguy, and welcome to another edition of Throwback Flyersguy. I'm your host, Throwback Flyersguy. I got my Flyers hat on because I want to talk about another Throwback Flyersguy story. And since the Flyers are fighting for a playoff spot, I thought this would be the perfect time to tell the story about the Flyers signing Danny Briere in the summer of 2007 and the 2007-2008 Flyers season. I got a lot to talk about here. And my story all starts with my last trip down the shore in 2007. And at the time, I was on the computer. I didn't have my own computer. I was using my cousin's computer while I was down there. And I'm searching online. And on MySpace, while MySpace was still going strong at the time, I see a bulletin on my MySpace. It says Flyers signed Danny Briere. And at first, I was very shocked. I was also very excited because Danny Briere just finished up his season with the Buffalo Sabres. Flyers were able to get right on that and sign Danny Briere to a contract with the Flyers. They not only signed Danny Briere, they signed many off-season deals as well, such as defenseman Kimmo Timonen, Joffrey Lupul, defenseman Kimmo Timonen, Joffrey Lupul, and Scott Hartnell. Many other receivers signed to this team as well. And I was excited for the 07-08 season. After going through the season from hell in 06-07, it was time for a fresh start. It was time for a fresh start for me and the Flyers. I was very excited about this deal. So we go home. I'm excited for the coming preseason. I go to the preseason game. I see Danny Briere score maybe the most coolest goals I've ever seen somebody score in a preseason game. It was a game against the Devils, and his goal was absolutely spectacular. I knew that Danny Briere was going to make a splash in Philadelphia, and that's exactly what they did. Flyers went into that season with a great start, and Flyers were just playing some damn good hockey that year. There were so many great moments in that season, and I just remember so many of them. And they had such a great season. Then we go into the playoffs. Flyers' first round opponent is the Washington Capitals. Flyers lose the first game in overtime. They win the second game. And then they go into Philadelphia. And they win. I think they win games 3 and 4. Series was tied up at 2-2. They go into Washington. Capitals win that game. And now that I remember, I think they lost game 4. And won game 3, they lost game 4. So the series was even. It went to Washington, so they lost game 1. Won game 2, series was tied 1-1, and then Flyers win game 3, and then Washington ties it up in game 4 2-2. And then Flyers go into Washington once again, and they face off. Well, I don't know how the series went, but I remember that the Flyers won. They won game 1. They lost game 1. They won game 2. They won game 3. Took a 2-1 lead in the series. And then they won game 4. They had a 3-1 lead, and I think Washington tied it up at 3-3. And it went into a game 6, and I can remember game 6 like it was yesterday. Flyers go into overtime. and Joffrey Lupul scores the overtime game-winning goal. And the Flyers advance to the second round against the Montreal Canadiens. They lose Game 1 to the Canadiens, but they win Game 2. They come back to Philly. They win Games 3 and 4. They win Games 3 and 4. They come back to Philly. They win Games 3 and 4. They won Game 2. It was time 1-1. They won Game 3, and then was the series was 3-1. Flyers then eliminated the Montreal Canadiens, and they moved on to face off against the Pittsburgh Penguins. It did not go the way we wanted it to go in that series. The Flyers played some damn good hockey in that series. I thought the Flyers were going to beat the Penguins because they had their number all season that year. Unfortunately, in the playoffs, it's an entirely different game in the playoffs. And Flyers, they lose Game 1 and Game 2. And then they lose Game 3 at home. They win Game 4. But then they lose Game 5 and they're eliminated. Tough fight for the Flyers to go out, but it was a damn good season. It was a very fun season to watch. And probably one of my favorite seasons. 2002, 2007. 2008 was only the beginning for the Philadelphia Flyers. In my next episode, I'm going to manage to talk about the 08-09 season, so stay tuned for that. I'm Throwback Flyersguy, and this has been Throwback Flyersguy. If you're a Flyers fan, feel free to share some of your favorite Flyers playoff moments in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day, everyone. In my next video, I'm going to talk about a little something called the Sip and Puff machine. So stay tuned for that.